Welcome to the 21st installment in Trading Strategy Guide's Trading Education Series. Today we're going to discuss the Mt4 menu. Don't go away. Hi, this is Tim from TradingStrategyGuides.com. Thanks for coming back for this installment of our Trading Education Series. In today's video, we're going to talk about the Mt4 menu. As usual, this video is not sponsored by MetaTrader, so what you'll hear is my unvarnished opinion. And be sure to stay to the end of the video and I'll show you the dream trade for this week. Let's do this. The last few weeks I've showed you the Mt4 toolbars. Today we're going to move up to the menu system. The Mt4 menu, right up here, contains all the functions you'll need for your regular use of Mt4. You can think of the toolbars as being your favorites list. At least that's the way I use them. Pretty much anything that's in the menu can be added to the toolbar. So that's pretty much what I do. It requires less mouse motion that way to use the toolbar. But the menu allows easy access to things that you don't use regularly. Starting from the left is the File menu, as is typical on most Windows applications. The first few items here are just for opening different charts. I typically don't use these functions unless I accidentally delete a chart, and I'll use the Open Deleted function to find the deleted charts. That's pretty handy since I do accidentally delete charts periodically. But for opening a new chart, I usually use the toolbar right here. I mentioned a few videos ago that you can see chart time frames other than the standard time frames that are listed here. The menu function Open Offline is the start of that adventure. As I said, how to do that is complex and way beyond the scope of this video, but you can probably find directions on how to do that if you want to Google something like Mt4 offline charts. If we ever do an advanced MetaTrader course, that will probably be included there. The next item here is the Profiles. Again, I use the toolbar for this, but it will give you the whole Profiles menu. You may remember that from a couple of videos ago. You can also save your charts here or save them as pictures. Now here's an important thing that I do use this menu for. Open Data Folder. When you install Mt4, it puts your data in an obscure location in the Windows folder system. You can see right here that the location of these data files is pretty obscure, and this corresponds to your particular instance of Mt4. Using that menu selection makes it way easier to find this file location. And this is where you'll go to add EAs and indicators and also copy stuff when you want to duplicate your Mt4 setup in a new Mt4 platform. Now, I'll talk about how to do that before we finish up the videos on Mt4. Next item down is the account related items. If you want to open a new account right here, you can do it. Log into your trading account or to a different trading account. If you want to use their web trader, you can do that here. And also the MQL5 community right here. And then of course, what file menu would not be complete with the typical Windows print related functions right here, and the exit to exit the Mt4 app completely. The next menu over is the standard Windows View menu. Here you can select the languages you prefer to use, and the toolbars that you want to see. You can also tell it to customize your toolbars here. I typically just right click on the toolbar to select it for customization. You can also hide the status bar. The status bar would be this bottom bar down here with the help on this side. It shows your current profile right here, and it shows your connection to the MT4 server right there. That menu can be hidden or showed just by clicking on status bar. And the charts bar, of course, is the bar that has the tabs for each of the charts right here. So if you have a lot of charts open in your platform, you can select the various charts just by clicking on the tab here. And of course that can be turned off right here. If you depend on that charts bar and your platform comes up with it off, that's a good place to look right there for it. It's happened to me. That's where I learned about the charts bar many years ago, is by not having my chart tabs and having to figure out why they were gone. The next item gives you a little window here that shows all the symbols that are available to you from your broker, and below that are the various windows that I showed you when we discussed the standard toolbars: the Market Watch window, Data window, Navigator, Terminal, Strategy Tester, and Chats. And then lastly, you click here to go full screen, and basically that turns off your status bar, and your toolbars up here to give you as much screen real estate as possible for your chart. That is handy sometimes. The next menu item is the Insert menu. You use this for inserting indicators. You may recognize this menu as the one you get when you click on this toolbar item. As I mentioned, I prefer to see the indicators using the Navigator window over here because it's just easier to find EAs and indicators than it is to go through the menu system to do it. And you can leave these open or closed as you prefer. And below that are all the drawing tools that are available to you on the MT4 platform. Lines, channels, Gann tools, Fibonacci tools, various shapes, various arrows, pitchfork, cycle lines, text label, all those things that we discussed. These are all available on this toolbar right here, and you can just right click on the toolbar and customize, and you can add whatever you want to that toolbar. I find the toolbar just far easier to use than the menu itself. This seems like a convenient place to stop for this video. I'll cover the rest of the menu system in next week's video. Let's take a quick look at the Dream Trade for this week. Dream Trades is a new service from Trading Strategy Guides. I've been testing this system out for a few weeks and I really like it. For just a quick overview, Dream Trades shows you selected stock issues that meet the Dream Trades criteria. The stocks are selected by their trade volume and other fundamentals, and also by the price with respect to the three moving averages, the 50-day, 150-day, and 200-day simple moving averages. This happens to be the Sleeping with the Bears page for potential sell trades. The app includes the Running with the Bulls if you only want to look for long trades. Now, last week's pets trade was already pretty ripe when I recorded the video, so by the time the video was edited and released, it was likely too late for you guys to get into the trade. And you definitely don't want to go chasing trades. That's a really bad idea. As it turned out, I got stopped out on last week's Dream Trade, so hopefully you guys didn't get into that. In any case, if the trade has moved on a lot from the close outside of the 50 period moving average, then I recommend that you wait for it. Now this week I looked through setups for one that wasn't quite as ripe, and that's tough because most of these trades are ready to trade on today's close when the signal comes on the Dream Trades platform. So again, it is Tuesday. It's maybe a bit over an hour before market close. This could still trigger today. So if this thing has moved on by the time you see it, do not chase it. Just let it go by. Today we're going to look at BATRK. When I first selected this, it had not pushed below the 50 yet. Actually, it pushed below the 50 and pulled back, but it's back down below the 50 once again. So taking the dream trades is pretty simple, but it does require some analysis. What I do is about 30 minutes before the market closes, or about 3:30 New York time, I'll take a look at the charts and find the ones that have been trending in the correct direction, like so. You can see this is moving in our direction. Also, it's nice to see a spike in the volume. Now, the volume has not spiked on this, and it's getting late in the day, so it's possible that this thing will pull back behind the 50 and not actually break out today. I'm kind of hoping that it will wait to break out until tomorrow so you guys can see it. But you definitely want to see a volume spike on the breakout. Also, keep in mind that you may see some stalling at this support level right here. Now when this trade breaks, you'll want to sell it on a close below the 50. Your stop loss will be 105% of the entry price. So what you'll do is you'll take the entry price, multiply it by 1.05. That will be your stop loss, and multiply it by 0.95, and that'll be the first target. Now on the first target, we're not going to close a portion of this like I do on my normal trade picks videos. All we're going to do is move the stop loss to break even. So we're going to hold this whole trade when it hits the first target, but we're going to move the stop loss to break even. And then every time this thing moves 5% in our direction, we're going to move the stop loss 5% in our direction. So the next time the stop loss will move to here once the price gets down here to 90% of the original entry price, and so on. So the stop loss will always be 5% behind the current price. That's our dream trade for this week. If you want more information about dream trades, just click the link below in the description box. And be sure to come back next Wednesday at 3 p.m. as we continue our discussion of the MT4 trading platform. And don't miss my Trading Picks videos on Fridays and Mondays right here at Trading Strategy Guide's YouTube channel, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be notified when these videos come out. Have a great Wednesday, and I'll see you with a new trading pick on Friday.